Hello, Fresno. I'm your host, Jenine Klein, and welcome to the Positively Fresno show. I'd like to thank our sponsor, National Raisin Company. And today I have with us Charlie Odahl. He is a Star Wars action figure photographer, and he has created these amazing photographs of Star Wars and Mandalorian movie scenes that look like they're life-size, but they're actually with action figures, and he has them down to the very last detail. So welcome to the show, Charlie, and tell us how your love of Star Wars began and how it evolved into action figure photography.
Hello there.
Hello.
Oh, how it evolved. Well, way back in 1977. No, I started when the movie came out. But as far as getting into the photography thing, I was on Facebook. I met a guy. Well, yeah, we went to the same high school together, and I kept added him on Facebook, and I kept seeing these awesome photos. I'm like, that's what I want to do, because ever since we were little kids, come to find out he grew up on the same action figures I did, and yeah, so I had to join another platform. I didn't want to join Instagram because Facebook already hogs up enough time,
Yeah.
So anyhow, yeah, got on there and it just took off. That was 2017.
Yeah, and now you have over maybe approximately 3,000 followers.
Yeah.
And so you've expanded so much in the 3 years. How long does it take you to prepare one photograph?
It depends on the photo.
Uh-huh.
Are we going to run these in the background?
Yeah, he's getting them together for you.
Yeah, if I could see that, I could be able to explain it. Yeah, it just depends on the photo. Like this here is, there's a lot of phone app effects on that, but it's just basically dollar store poster board in the background.
Oh, yeah?
With LED lights on one side and a tablet screen on the other.
And then, so are these all your own personal action figures, or do you borrow some from buddies? Or
that's the other thing that grew was the Black Series, Hasbro Star Wars, the Black Series 6-inch action figures.
And then, so how many do you have in total, you think?
Well, like I said, back to when we were kids, it was the 3 3/4 inch figures. And, I took them way too serious when the card back said, collect them all. And so 43 years later. So in 2017 is when I started the Black Series. And you get more details with the, articulation and whatnot. And the stuff I was seeing on Instagram, you couldn't tell the difference between the movie or that it's toys.
Right.
So I'm like, that's what I want to do.
And then when you have lights and it looks like fire, how do you create that? Or you don't have to give your secrets away, but how do you do that type of...
I can't give away all my nerdy little secrets.
That's okay. I don't blame you. I wouldn't either. But show us the different sizes you use in your photographs. You have two characters here.
So this is brand new. Where's the camera? Yeah, awesome articulation. They redid the mold to where you can get more articulation out of it. This just came out. This is what we primarily use, 6 inches. And so 1/12 scale. But back in the day, there's a camera. You can see the difference. So there's 1/18 scale. There's also a ton of action figure photographers on Instagram that still use this. Plus, you get there's more. You get the vehicles, you get the play sets, you get So there's advantages, but when it comes to details and whatever, anyhow, there's a difference.
There's the difference of the two, and then so, who is your favorite of all time? If you had to choose.
That's why I brought these. The all-time favorite, the Imperial Stormtrooper.
The Empire.
Yeah, I mean, so if you're out and about, like I got my bag. Always stay strapped with a Stormtrooper.
Yeah, why?
Because it's so universal. They can be anywhere. I don't know if we'll get to it on the photos, but there's a great one. Morro Bay, they got a gunboat on display that it just you can use dioramas and stuff at home with lights and whatever, but sometimes the great outdoors is even better. Yeah. They had a mounted gun, with the seat. It's like they had that in Star Wars. Let's go ahead and it's pretty close to that one.
Yeah, that's cool. And so they look like they're actually walking on the beach. That's where I find it so cool. They look like they're life size and they're cruising around, and
they're sand troopers. So hey,
And then
what better place than the beach to?
to do that, what kind of camera, or do you use your phone? Is there?
Yeah, Samsung Galaxy
Yeah, you use your
S10 now.
phone? Yeah.
The S7 Edge was better, but yeah.
But that's what you use.
Yeah.
And then, so if you could make your own Star Wars movie, who would you be, favorite? Who would be your main character?
I would have to be. I've always, since 1979, since he was first created, always been a Boba Fett fan. Where's his film? Yeah, I'd have to be a Mandalorian.
Now, okay, so it looked like he died. Remember? Now, is this the Mandalorian Boba Fett? He looked like he got eaten by the big guy in that big scene, the big monster that comes out of the sand. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I can't be more descriptive. My apologies to the Star Wars
So
people out there.
it's being digested by 1,000 years in the Sarlacc pit.
Right.
But in 1983, I think.
How did he come back to life?
Marvel Comics, there's a famous panel that it just, how comic books are, with a big burp, and burped
That's
him
how he
out. They
got
didn't really
ejected.
explain it, but, he still got his jetpack on. So
Oh, he flew out of there.
it may have malfunctioned, and then, C-3PO said something about digesting for over 1,000 years. So who knows how long he was actually in there, but he's alive. And so if you watch The Mandalorian, that's who we believe is at
Okay.
the end of this season 2. Everything points to he's back.
He's back. And so, are you a Star Wars traditionalist, or do you like the evolution it's taken, or
Oh, I'm all on board. Yeah.
yeah, you think it's cool, like you're not one way or the other? Or,
It's all good. I mean, the sequel trilogy, at first, I was, So, I don't know. To answer the question, the original trilogy, I'll always be my go-to.
Right.
But, I gravitate towards that. Like, I'll choose an Imperial Stormtrooper over a First Order Stormtrooper, but
Yeah.
they're still cool design, the newer ones.
Yeah, and so
And plus-
that would be, you would make a movie about the bad guys, and would you let them win?
It'd
you
be
think,
like
or would
Empire
you-
Strikes Back was the greatest movie ever, so yeah.
Yeah?
It's because the Empire was winning. The first original Star Wars broke ground with, the good guys, and yeah, but we all know Empire Strikes Back was the best one.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that was one of the best
And so,
ones.
yeah, the newer ones, it keeps it alive. So here we are, what was it? Return of the Jedi was 32 years before Force Awakens. I was all on board with that. I don't want to speak, negatively of it, but The Last Jedi was,
It wasn't your thing.
yeah.
What do you think about Luke Skywalker finally dying?
That's a good
You
reason
were
why
okay
it's not
with
my
that?
thing, because it happened in that movie.
Oh, you didn't want him to die?
Nobody does, but the way they went about it, it's just it could have been better.
Yeah,
Yeah, they left things unsaid.
they said done.
What are we looking at here? No more photos? I thought we were going to explain how I did it and stuff.
Well, yeah, let's,
Like,
there's
that's one of my
here.
favorites right there.
Okay, explain that one for us.
So, a good friend of mine, Wade Krause, he's on Instagram as well, with Wado Tornado Pinball. Gifted me this diorama, and I'm on disability, so I can't afford, you do the best with what you have.
Right.
And GTP Toys is a company that puts out, they call them space walls so they don't get sued. But we all know they're Death Star walls, so you need that. On the left and right there, you see those backlit walls. So this huge diorama that I've been using for about a year, he gave it to me like last October. Some of the walls are backlightable. Can't tell what we're looking at there. Oh, there on the far right. Yeah, it's backlit, so you can get different angles. I've thousands of different photos with it. But the GTP walls, it's like, I don't know, $200 for a little 1 foot section, and can't do it. And so yeah, that's the outside of the diorama.
So that's where you take most of your photographs is
Yeah.
for the diorama.
Yeah, and there's like the doorway is backlightable. It's, I don't know. And then the phone apps. So while we're here, and I got the opportunity, someone needs to make an Android-based app.
Oh, yeah?
That they have an Apple iPhone, but yeah, there's nothing for Android that doesn't have the lightsaber blades without a CGI hilt attached to it. And
You're speaking another language to
right
me,
there,
but
see the
I go
lightsaber
with
blade?
what you're saying.
So that's
Yeah.
the toy blade, the toy hilt in his hand. But the blade, it's the difference between 800 likes on this, and with just using the toy, you probably get like 200 likes.
I see.
It's
so
really,
it's
people
more
are really
detailed.
yeah.
I get it.
People
Okay.
on Instagram are really weird like that.
Yeah, they're particular.
And that's just going crazy with the phone apps. But the actual lighting on the Silver Slipper there, it's just a red LED on one side, and my tablet screen set to a blank blue screen on the other side. And then, got to have the dramatic Marvel pose.
Right, absolutely.
There's another silly
So you
one.
must have hundreds of action figures.
So the figures, just yesterday, I threw away, this past year, I've been saving the boxes. There's over a dozen easy. And I'm like, wait a minute. They're like $20 each.
Right, yeah.
The deluxe ones are like 30, and you start doing the math, and you're like, I got some investment in this,
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, the collection built up fast.
Yeah, I bet it does.
Yeah,
You don't
so
even realize it
So
until
I bought my
it's there.
first one April of 2017, and now I easily have close to 100. It's crazy.
Well, I enjoy your photographs, and
Thank you.
I know other people do as well because you have a huge following, and it's really artistic and amazing, and your niche. It's cool. And thank you for coming on to the show.
I
Keep
forgot to
up all
mention,
your great work.
Where the Toys Are. He's the one that started all this.
Where the Toys Are, and he's on Facebook. Where the Toys Are.
He's on Instagram. And
Instagram.
that's exactly how it sounds. Where the Toys Are. No spaces, no.
And he's,
Thank you, Brant.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Charlie, for coming on the show and showing off your great work. I appreciate it. And thank you, Fresno, for tuning in to the Positively Show. And we'll see you soon. Thank you.